So, a lot of people talk trash online.
Yes.
Right? And one of the more common things out there is say it to my face, bro.
Yeah.
Say it to my face. Well, you know what? Sean Strickland, if you don't know who he is, he's going to say it to your face. If he doesn't say it to your face, he might just punch you straight in your face, okay? He made news this past week. Sean Strickland, he's a UFC middleweight guy. I think he beat the shit out of Israel Adesanya. Was it Israel Adesanya? Yeah, I think it was. He's a badass dude. He ran into Machine Gun Kelly at a slapbox event in Vegas, and he hilariously insulted Machine Gun Kelly as a freaking weirdo to his face. He says, "I'm easy to find, vampire man." Sean Strickland calls Machine Gun Kelly a weird dude to his face. If you scroll down, I believe we have a video of this. All right, yeah, see if you can play that real quick. Serious. But by the way, it's probably going to hit you with an ad right quick. That's Machine Gun Kelly, who's dating, obviously, Megan Fox. I think they're married.
You can't hear too much.
All right. Yeah, well, basically, he said he was talking smack. He called him a weirdo. He made fun of his outfit. He made fun of his nail paint and all that. He called him Vampire Man. And he said, if you've got a problem, I'm easy to find. So that same day, do you have that video with him and our friend Sneeko? That same day, that argument with Machine Gun Kelly, he did a little boxing exhibition match with Sneeko. And apparently he was going light on the guy for the first round or so, giving him, a little friendly chance to show him what he's got going. Have you seen this video?
No.
Your eyes look so intrigued. And Malik, let us know when you have this video. No. So Sneeko, we've seen celebrity boxing. We've seen what's going on out there. Now, here's what happened when Sneeko, let's play the volume. Hold on, Malik.
Oh, Jesus.
Hold on, Malik.
No.
Restart the video. Here's what happened when Sean Strickland and Sneeko got into the ring together. He took it easy on him on first. And then until the last 30 seconds, when Sean Strickland basically said, all right, you want to find out who I am? Well, to our friend Sneeko, respect for Sneeko getting in the ring even.
Yeah.
Here's what ended up happening there. Let's play the volume.
Oh no.
Guys, do we have volume?
Yeah, it's low though. He's not even going that hard.
That's loud.
You didn't fall down, Sneeko. You didn't fall down. That's good graphics and shots, man.
All right. Look, I got to give Sneeko a massive amount of credit right now.
Good job.
He got the snot beat out of him right there, but he didn't fall down.
Yeah.
Respect to you, Sneeko, for getting in a ring with the UFC champion right there. Wild ass dude. But let's get back to the Machine Gun Kelly thing.
Yeah.
I want to know from you ladies. There's two types of men, okay? There's a badass dude that's just beating the shit out of people, that is running his mouth and backing it up. But then, can we show a picture of what Machine Gun Kelly looks like? Malik, just Google that real quick.
He's like 7'4".
He's a tall, skinny dude. I would say he's more of an emo type of guy.
Yeah.
I don't think he's beating up anybody out there. He is long and lean and skinny as hell. So I want to know from you ladies. Yeah, look, go to the picture with him in the pink.
This one?
In the pink.
With Megan.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah. Okay. Punch in on that picture right there. Okay. I would say that is more of a feminine man. He's literally wearing pink. He's got his pink hair. Yet he's holding down Megan Fox.
Yeah.
Respect to him on that.
Yeah.
Ladies, what do you prefer? More the badass dude who gets fired up. You don't ever know what that guy's going to do. All right. Or more of like the emo type guy. A little more sensitive. A little more willing to cry. What type of guy would you prefer, Danny? The badass dude or the emo dude?
Well, when you say badass, like they don't necessarily have to be fighting people in a ring, no?
Yeah.
Like I prefer like a strong man that's not feminine at all.
Okay, so to be clear, Sean Strickland, Machine Gun Kelly. If all things are equal, they're both wealthy, they're both famous, they're both successful, You taking the badass dude, or you taking the emo guy with the paint the
badass
nails?
dude.
You're taking the badass
Yeah.
dude. Well, okay, we're getting somewhere. Why the badass dude?
I feel like I want to be with a man that's going to be dominant and like a real man. I feel like someone like Machine Gun Kelly, I mean, let's not discredit him. The man is extremely talented. I've actually seen him live a couple times. But like, it's just not what I'm looking for. Like, I'm the woman. I want to feel like the woman. I want the man to feel like the man. And those feminine men, they usually are like too feminine for me.
So you're not into Harry Styles in a dress? That's
Not at
your
all.
thing?
Not at all.
None of you guys are into that?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Justin Bieber,
Slow
though?
jams? You into more the Sean Strickland fighting type, or the Machine Gun Kelly painting his nails type? What are you into?
I'm not too sure, but more so I'm leaning towards the Sean Strickland. I did have a guy who was in a private organization, and one day we went out somewhere, and I had on these gorgeous heels, and this guy, all he said was, "You have really cool shoes." And the dude turned around and grabbed him up like this, and I was nervous because
Too much.
same thing like we were saying earlier, that was also my provider. Now, if his ass would have went to prison or jail, I would have been swept from under my feet. I'm not married to him. So sometimes it's dangerous. It's like a risk factor. You
Just
know,
to be
on
clear,
both sides, yeah.
You're with a dude. Some other dude complimented your
My
shoes,
yeah.
and homeboy snatched him up.
Yeah, he's like, "What did you say?" I'm like, "Babe, please let him go."
He's doing too much.
All he said was,
Yeah.
"My
But
shoes
But
are
did
gorgeous."
he
Like,
kind of like, is it like, hey, nice shoes, that's nice, or is he like,
yes, it was one
yeah,
of
I like them
those.
shoes,
Yes,
girl,
it was
kind of
one-
a-
it
well,
was
yeah,
like, I
that's
almost said,
inappropriate.
"I like your ass," but
well,
In
of
a
course, that's why I
fetish
asked the
way.
question. Nobody's gonna get mad saying, hey, cool shoes, cool. But if he's like, yeah, girl, I see, I like them. I know how these dudes are out there. Okay,
Yeah, but that's just
these are the hey shouty types. I know these guys.
But the guys
Hey,
to that
hey,
extreme.
ma.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, ma. No.
no, it was a
How
white
about you,
dude.
Dea?
So
You
I
know, he's a good Christian man. Let's say he's not praying to the devil like Machine Gun Kelly probably is.
right.
You want a good, strong man,
Yeah.
protector, kick some ass, or you want something a little bit more in touch with his feminine side, painting his nails, wearing a dress?
Well, definitely nothing like Machine Kelly. I don't want a man like that. Definitely like Sean, but not. You have to have self-control. I don't think it's necessary at all to just insult people to their face and like walk away. It's like you're always looking for a fight.
Yeah.
That is not peaceful. I don't want that kind of life. I want a man who's disciplined, has self-control, and knows how to treat people kindly. So if you're built and you got muscles and you're strong and you have a strong character, like that's ideal. But that Sean guy, he's too much, it seems.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the trick question right now. Shake. Here we go. You haven't been with a man in years. Okay? Obviously, if you had to choose between Sean Strickland, Machine Gun Kelly, and Megan Fox, we all know you're picking Megan Fox. We know that.
Right.
So she's off the cards right now. So between the man's man, fighter guy, or the emo, emotional dude in pink wearing a dress, who's your pick? Woman who's into lesbians and hasn't been a man in 2 years?
It's like in between for me. I wouldn't want a guy who paints his nails per se, but like I'm obsessed with kind of like the Joker and stuff like that. So
Like
if
that guy over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like if they have like certain tendencies, as long as it's not like super feminine. So
Well,
you
this
don't
is a
have to be,
binary
like,
option
hard.
right here. There's no gray, there's no middle, there's not like, if Sean
Well,
Strickland
then-
and Machine Gun Kelly had a baby, I would want that. You
Okay,
get to pick one.
Machine.
You're going the emo guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tell us why.
I just told you. I have like a weird, like, he seems possessive in a way. So I
Who
could see
does?
beyond Machine Gun. Like,
So
but
you're into
beyond
that.
the nails and the pink and all that,
Yeah.
there are certain characteristics that those men carry that
Yes.
I like.
Interesting. Okay.
yeah.
Amy,
Hi.
who you picking between those two people?
Definitely Sean. However, there has been a time in my life where I choose MGK, and I'll tell you why. It's because, what is it, the law of balance or the law of polarity? Like, at the end of the day, if you are in your masculine as a woman, either because you're in survival mode, you've been through trauma, maybe you're in a job that demands you to exhibit very masculine qualities, then by the laws of nature, how God ordained it, you are naturally going to seek to balance that out. So you will look for a man who has more effeminate qualities and vice versa. Same thing for guys who are more in their feminine, they'll look for women who have more masculine qualities. Guys who are like MGK, purely in their creative energy, that is more of a feminine trait. You know, not necessarily when you're just talking black and white like that, but on the balance of probabilities, generally speaking, that elicits more feminine qualities. So it makes sense. A woman like Megan Fox, boss bitch, right? Considered at the time one of the top of her field, the sexiest women. But she's empowered by that. She's in her masculine. She's a strong woman. It makes sense that she would go with a more effeminate guy. And me, being someone who at the time I've had to be in my masculine and cultivate those characteristics, I was attracted to the more emo guy. Now, today, it's literally the complete opposite. Those types of guys absolutely repulse me. So it's funny how it changes depending on where you're at in life.
So when you were, very good insight right there. So a woman can kind of shift between her masculine and her feminine energy, and when she's more in her masculine energy, she'll be more into the emo type of guy, but if she's more in her feminine energy, she'd be more into the more dominant fighter guy. Explain what it is for a woman to be quote unquote in her masculine energy. Break that down.
Yeah, so I mean, there are traits that are associated with masculinity and there's traits that are associated with femininity. Oftentimes, in order to be highly successful, to be in the top 1% of your field as a woman, that requires you to exhibit very masculine characteristics. You know, a lot of self-discipline. You need to be disagreeable. Oftentimes, you need to be able to debate, you need to be able to fight for your standing in this world, which is in direct contradiction to the feminine characteristics of just flowing, going with the flow, being highly creative. These things are honestly almost in complete contrast to one another. And so I don't think that women can just switch from a masculine to a feminine, like turning a light switch on and off. I think it's very difficult to do that. It's very difficult for people to change in general. But there are different phases of life. And sometimes, for example, your teenage years are drastically different to your adult years due to things that you go through throughout that period of time. But it's not like turning a light switch on and off, like, oh, I'm going to be in my masculine now, and then when I come home, I'm going to switch to my feminine. I don't believe it's like that. I think that these are built-in traits that you develop either through repetition, through needing to be in that specific role over and over and over again, or it's things that can come through trauma and just dealing with the cards that you're dealt.
Thank you for that breakdown. I can assure you guys of one thing. One of the least attractive traits a woman can have is being disagreeable. Like, there's nothing more annoying that you... What? Yeah. This. You're looking at Exhibit A right here, guys.
But I'm your co-host.
Exactly.
So
Stay
I think
away.
you like it.
Stay away. Nat, who would you pick between Machine Gun Kelly and Sean Strickland? What type of dude would you be more interested in?
It's funny. I actually relate to Amy's statement because as I'm dating, I'll date one far to the other side, and I'm just like in between right now. But if I were to pick, I guess I'd pick Sean because I guess he technically is capable to take care of the job if needed be, but it's just those type of people are very reactive. When you date those really masculine men, like they're ready to fight all the time, and I'm somebody who I'm like, let's just walk away. I'm the type to like walk away. We don't even need to deal with that. Like, we're better than that. Like, don't even pay attention to that. So, but if you're asking me like survival mode, who would I want my man to be in that case? I want my man to be the strong guy beating the other guy up. Simple. I would think that's a feminine.
But that's also, there's an element of insecurity with guys that do that. There's a lot of the top fighters that actually are less violent outside the ring.
Oh, I'm sure there's, but what I've noticed from the men that I've dated who have been more masculine, because I've dated guys who are a little bit more in their, emotional, they're more present in that sense. And that's when I was a little bit more in my masculine energy. But I've also dated guys who've also been very, very masculine, and they're just too aggressive. I'm like, you need to just calm down a bit. We don't have to fight everyone that looks this way. And so it's just finding that happy medium between the both. But survival mode, I want the guy who's going to win. That's
Alex, how would you process what these women's answers?
I'm not into dudes.
No, how would you process what these ladies are saying?
I mean, they have different preferences. I mean, she prefers more feminine men. Although I would argue if she was ever with a masculine guy, if she had that experience, because she said she's never really been with a guy, that she might have a different choice. It seems like the other women are a little bit more experienced with men. I'm not saying that, you know, in a weird way like that, but so you probably have a better idea what you want. The only thing that I have a slight disagreement with you, well, actually, it's not disagreement, because like it's a personal thing for you, where you can't really switch like that. But like a lot of the girls I've dated, they're actually quite successful in their career. Yeah. You know, and they're like, you know, they have to be assertive because they're working in a big corporate company that's mostly dominated by men. But when they come home, they like being submissive and feminine with me, right? So that's like a nice treat. So I don't know. Maybe just for you, it's hard to switch.
No, I could agree with that. I would say that I've been in an industry before, for example, sales. Sales is a boys' club, right? And when I was doing very well, the top, you know, 1 to 3% of the sales companies that I was a part of, I was very masculine in those roles. Now for Valuetainment, I do media distribution. I'm in my creative all the time. Sometimes I work 12-hour days, but I love it. And I literally feel like I blink and my days are over because I'm in touch with my more feminine characteristics. So I think it also depends on the role that the woman's in.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for that. Let me give a little message to the guys out there. So, you know, the conversation with should you be more the fighter type like a Sean Strickland, or be a little bit more emotional and emo type like a Machine Gun Kelly. You know, life is all about balance. You know, the famous saying, I'd rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener at war.
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson talks about this all the time, that you need to be a monster, but be able to control it. This is called stoicism. So there's nothing more attractive, I assume, for a woman, for a man to be strong and stoic and keep his shit together. The least attractive thing is a guy who's an absolute psychopath and can't keep his act together and wants to fight everybody for just saying one little thing. But I would assume that even less attractive than that is a man that won't fight anybody at all because he's scared. Can I get an amen from the ladies out here? So life is all about balance, and you basically need to sort of understand where you're at in life. Be strong, be stoic, be a warrior in a garden, not a gardener at war. Shout out to Dr. Jordan Peterson for that one. Whoa, whoa, whoa. If you like that one, click right here to watch the full SOSCAST. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel.